Okay, let's go. Next part. Tonight is a night where the clock goes forward an hour, which I don't acknowledge. The clock only goes forward an hour for me, something later on. Remember I came to this section before. The graphics did not display correctly. Remember this room? It didn't load properly. It's loaded okay now. And there was another room because I came in through the window. I'm not allowed to go back. I came into this room. Oh, it displays properly. Can't remember if I read all this stuff or not. Camera's disabled.
It always amazes me how short your memories are. I walk these corridors day after day and hear the growing whispers. What if he's right? Maybe he has a point. What if, what if? Let me remind those who have forgotten. When the Battle of the Bunker ended, we went looking for German civilian survivors. None were found alive. Must I remind you why?
I heard that last time. Look at this.
There's machinery had removed them from the
Right on.
battlefield so they wouldn't interfere with the
Upstairs. There are doors. Alright, where do I begin here then? Please don't leave. I knew that others were considering leaving, I just never realised you were one of them. Oh, hang on. Start on the left. Locked. It opens. Have I got a reflection? No.
That church, it looks familiar. I think I passed it on my way here.
More Bob Ross stuff. Something to interact with here. I went out mushroom picking, not that I thought I'd find any, mind, but because I like wandering amongst the trees. So I stumbled upon a gnarled beech, looked up, and over by a clump of thistle I saw a white she-goat. A miracle, I thought, because there hasn't been a living creature to be found since we ate that last hen 10 years back. And lo and behold, a goat. Where could it have come from? Right away I thought, fellas must have favoured us to send a blessing like that. I walked up to it, it didn't run, it let me rope it and walked back to the settlement by my side like a dog on a leash. I went straight to the high priest to share the wonderful news. I hoped it'll give us milk with healing properties. It opens. Commandant, at the request of Wilhelm Streck, I have agreed to lead a talk about Agartha, Shambhala, Aaron's Atlantis, Thule, the control of parapsychic human abilities, and research on the summoning of zombie armies. He convinced me this material will provide the necessary support for the colonists. In my youth, I took a strong interest in these topics, so I should have plenty of material to speak on. Yet we both know I hope that these stories are not worth a hill of beans. I'm a scientist, and I know that the strength of the German nation does not come from fairy tales, but from mental fortitude and from science. Thus, when the colonists prepare for the ultimate battle, they should draw on the accomplishments of scholars. These notes left lying around. I know you do not need anyone to tell you how to do your job, but I would like to alert you to a problem. I've received reports that despite constant guidance and instruction, many people still don't understand the concept of the colony. Some fear being locked up underground, or even that those left on the surface will have it better. If I were to prune away all such doubters, I would lose half the settlers, the would-be strength of this colony. So I hit upon an idea. Perhaps we could in some undemanding way share with our colonists the history of the Arans and the Atlanteans from whom we descend. After all, if our ancestors could thrive after losing their homeland, we too can emerge from our ordeal, defeat our enemies, and bring about the rebirth of our great Germany. With your storytelling talent, this tale would surely soften the hearts of the doubters and calm frayed nerves. What do you think? At least the doors don't auto-close. I can see where I've been. Yes, looks pretty good. I've ramped the settings up to ultra. Order number 8. Any German occupiers still hiding in the shelter is to be sought, put on trial and sentenced for their crimes. That includes civilians, workers and of course military personnel. This goes for any Polish collaborators as well. What do we have?
It must be a key to the locked doors.
Ah, good. Order request. I'm writing to you again to request permission to use the Nazi technology. People are starving. We can't continue to live in the dark like this. How many more women have to suffer miscarriages before you see things clearly? I will write to you every single day until you realise that there is no other way. It's a closet? Oh.
What was that?
Nothing. Oh. Greta Müller. Still no reflection. So those locked doors. I don't suppose it's going to work with this. Oh, no. Okay, so a new place. Fine, I will leave. Anyone who wants to join me is welcome to do so, but to those who choose to stay, I ask, where do you draw the line? You are happy to reap the rewards, but unwilling to pay the proper respects. You ignore the divine powers that gave you these luxuries. If you decide to bow your heads to the gods that made all this possible, come with me. Audio.
Processing power is at least 50,000 times greater than that of the American's ENIAC. construction employs newly discovered methods of neural communication, sustained by faint electrical impulses and the activation of normally unused parts of the gehirns. What's gehirns? Gehirn. Here it is. Gehirn. What? That can't be.
Was he building something?
Don't ask me. Oh! It's a console again.
Okay, let's see if bidirectional communication is working. Clearly not. We'll have to find a workaround. What if... I know it's not ideal, but given the circumstances, this will have to do for now. I'd like you to press the button, if you can hear me. Dobrze. Let's try another experiment, shall we? As I suspected, this won't be straightforward. There's some sort of safeguard blocking my input. This makes no sense. Why build a huge machine with this much computing power and then make it impossible for the operator to use it? Unless it doesn't want me to make any changes. It wants you to make them.
Oh, right.
I just tried to access the part of the system. Can you enable it? That's it. It worked. Okay, let's not waste any more time. You always said you wanted your own garden someday.
18 acres, 2638. Big.
What do you feel like planting?
Weight, spelt. Wait. Order amount.
Remember, we must be careful not to overwater the crops.
What about it?
What's happening? We must have initiated the automated calibration cycle. It's overloading the system. Remember, we prepared for this. We need to disable some of these processes before... You'll have to authorize its change. I can only request them for you. Now, disable them as quickly as possible. That's it. Now for the next one. You're doing great. It's no use. That's it. We're turning it off. Jasna cholera.
I was swearing.
It won't let me.
Is that you? Say something.
He turned it on.
Turn what on? What are you talking about?
That machine, he turned it on. I don't think he's supposed to do that.
Who cares? I haven't heard from you since that jump. Do you know how worried I was? Are you alright? Well?
I'm fine.
Then why didn't you say so?
I did.
Where are you? I haven't seen you on my monitors.
Lucian used to live here.
The man you've been looking for. Wait, so you found the living quarters. Good. According to my map, they are on level 3. I'll try to find you with the cameras. I don't want to lose sight of you anymore. Do you understand? We need to stay focused, okay? Please tell me you understand.
Wait a minute. I was just wondering if they said anything, if I didn't respond.
Okay.
Where I go now? Is this open? Go back downstairs.
My name's Eva. I thought you should know.
Where? Forward.
Are you there? According to my map, this is the luxurious part of the bunker. but I can't see anything. Most of the cameras have been disabled. I'd love to see how the German elites lived. I bet it's glamorous. Is this thing even on?
Discover the path of the rebirth. Explore the cradle of the Aryan race and the source of its power. Unravel the secret that shall swell the ranks of our army and overwhelm our enemies on the day of reckoning. Come to the inaugural meeting, led by Professor Bruno Berger, anthropologist and member of the 1938-39 German expedition to Tibet. During this expedition, he unearthed the mysterious underground land of Agartha and the source of Aryan power which will now serve to defeat our enemies. Discover the research whose fruits will soon allow us to wipe the enemies of our National Socialist homeland from the face of the earth. Go with that. This place is big.
Is that you? I can hear your footsteps.
Oh, I'll pick that up. That up. I've got a bottle of something. Cloth.
I'm here.
Okay. I think there's a working camera in here. It's so dirty I can barely see a thing.
I can try cleaning it.
Really? That would be great. By the way, you never told me your name.
It's Szymon.
Nice to meet you, Szymon. Find something to help you clean the camera.
There's a bottle of some kind of chemical here.
What kind of chemical?
I don't know, I don't speak German.
Schade.
What?
It doesn't matter. What does it say on the label?
Flammable.
The label says
Lösungsmittel?
Exactly.
It is a solvent, which is great. You could use it to clean the camera. Just please don't touch it with your hands. Find something to pour it on.
Ready
I
out.
found some cloth.
Great.
Walk up to the camera, put the solvent on the piece of cloth that you found, and clean the lens.
I can't wait to see this place.
I'm sure it was full of live ones. I know it's just you there now, but I'm not complaining.
And I'll do that next time. See you next time.